Two Button Crew. I'm Scott.
And I'm Simeon.
Thank you for watching the live show if you're here or being on our YouTube channel at Two Button Crew. Today we are going to be asking the hard questions.
Yes, what does the future of gaming hold? We are going to look into the future with our very, very limited amount of foresight. But hey, we actually have a pretty good track record about predicting where things are going to turn.
We sure do. And if you're new, my name's Scott.
And I'm Simeon.
And also we have Ryan producing the show. How's it going?
Howdy, howdy.
So feel free to talk in the chat as we're doing this and in the comments about what you think. So we have a number of areas that we're going to be looking at as far as what the future could hold. Would you please give us an overview, Simeon?
So what we're going to be looking at is we're going to look at how display is going to change, how VR might change our gaming scape, how AR might change the gaming scape, and what genre market shifts are going to take place, because that happens.
And when you say VR, that stands for virtual reality.
Yes.
And when you say AR, that stands for augmented reality. So that's the topic for today. Where is the future going to take us? First category, display technology.
Yes.
So I've got a feeling that we are going to be seeing some good projectors soon. And I actually thought that might have been where Nintendo was going with the Switch. When it was like, portable console hybrid. I thought maybe it wasn't going to be TV and screen so much as it was just projector anywhere. But we're not probably quite there yet,
Projectors are a tricky thing because there is pretty much inevitably some sort of lag with projectors.
And then
at least it has been that way.
You also need a pretty good surface. White wall will do, but maybe in the future there will be something, like Batman's material. Maybe we'll have that.
Maybe. It could be. I'm looking forward to seeing projectors and stuff like that, because with that you can do a gaming tournament if you have a big auditorium but you don't have all the equipment, or if it's inexpensive equipment that they end up putting out for this.
Yeah.
Make it more hype.
Conman says that projector dock, though. I don't know if you guys know what he's talking about. But
yes, I do. That's
the
right.
Switch dock with a built-in projector.
What?
Yeah. So
what?
It's on Kickstarter.
Oh,
Yep.
That's really cool.
It's not Nintendo kickstarting it,
of course not.
Yeah, and it's a good idea. I think for the future we're going to want to not necessarily dock the console in order to use a projector, but you want that more for the on-the-go when you're at a hotel or you're just playing with a friend, Because right now that's one of the limitations of the Switch. Tabletop mode, pretty small screen. If you could just put it up on the wall or the air, which could also happen with holograms. We could just skip projector altogether and just have beams, Leia from Star Wars.
Yeah.
But playable.
Oh my goodness, that's bad. The one thing, I think seeing holograms would be cool, but and we're going to talk about it when we hit VR and AR, but I'm going to hold judgment on what the quality is going to be like if we do these things. I'm not doubting that they will happen.
All right.
But I will say
You'll say
I will say
You
a
will.
lot. But holograms, I don't know if that's going to lead to quality gaming. I just have it in my mind mid-90s 3D graphics, blocky things hitting each other when I think of hologram gaming. Otherwise, you're just not going to be able to see it. Or it's going to be a 2D image hologramized. I don't know.
Wow, you don't have much faith in the future, I see.
At least not in holograms. I don't know. I'll reserve judgment, maybe, but I don't know.
Let's hit on virtual reality because this is a very real part of the future. It's being heavily invested in right now. Some people might be PSVR owners. Me, I haven't even touched a PS4 controller, but I would like to try out VR. You know what's cool?
What's that?
Is that the Switch is almost ready for VR. Really, the only thing holding it back is its handheld resolution. So I could easily see virtual reality in a Switch 2.0 or a Switch U or a Super Switch. Which of those names do you prefer?
Not Switch U. Switch U.
Because with VR, you need a screen, you need a headset, and you need motion controllers. Now,
Right.
maybe that will be consolidated down to glasses in the future. But a Switch 2.0, you could easily undock it. I mean, it's kind of big. Maybe there will be a lighter, thinner, higher resolution Switch in 5 years that can go right in front of your eyes, and you've got the Joy-Con in each hand. You are in a different world.
And we've seen the headsets, the VR headset that Nintendo has patented, and it seems that it could work with something like a Switch. I see some stuff in the comments about a video that MatPat made, and I believe it is talking about Switch's compatibility with VR and AR, and we made a video about it too. I can't remember which one came out first, whether the Game Theory one or the Switch VR headset one came out first. But if moving into the augmented reality segment is, I think that this is more likely to be the case as opposed to VR because of resolutions. We could get a higher resolution Switch, but I don't know if they'd probably have to remake the whole system, make it, like you say, Switch 2.0 or Switch 2. Because if it's not high enough resolution, then you will get sick playing the game.
Yeah, and you will see pixels.
Right. But if we have the Switch dock headset with a camera doing AR, where you have a camera out into real life, you're actually seeing real life with images placed on top of that, like we see in Pokemon Go or whatnot. That's, I think, more likely what the case is going to be if they're going to use this headset for reality virtualizing or augmenting. I think they're going to go more toward the augmented reality.
I gotcha.
Yeah, that's what Microsoft is actually doing right now too.
Makes sense.
You were right about one thing, Simeon.
What's that?
You will say
I will say a lot. I know that that's not professional, but once I try to not say I have like these really long awkward pauses. There are certain words that if I get them in my mind, like I'm not supposed to say this, I will inevitably either say it or become like this person that can't even speak. Yeah. It's bad.
I agree with Conman. He commented that Joy-Con needs to be $10 to $20 cheaper by removing the IR sensor. Yeah, they just have not used that except for
yeah.
So
yeah, but doesn't that make it all worth it?
Yes, that one 1-2 Switch game that is literally one of the worst in the bunch.
Thank you to Two Button Crew member Glenn, who helped us research some AR stuff. Now, it is important to point out that it's very likely because Nintendo's already experimenting in this area, and I think it goes all the way back to Game Boy Camera, where you could augment. It was more the other way around. It was like reality augmented games rather than game augmented reality, where you could put your picture on a character and stuff like that. But it got a lot more advanced as the years went on, even launching 3DS with AR cards and AR capabilities like face raiders. That was awesome.
That was really cool.
I remember when 3DS kiosks started popping up in Best Buys before the system was launched, and you were just supposed to play Pilot Wings, but you could like mash the home button and like the power and something else at the right intervals to skip to the home screen. And I played a lot of Face Raiders at Best Buy.
Oh my goodness, what?
I played it even when it was tethered, of course, but swiveling all around, shooting my little siblings in the face, and I had a lot of fun with that. So it's kind of sad that could be the same case for the IR pointer, or IR sensor in Switch, where Nintendo will make a feature and never support it after launch. That's what happened with 3DS. But AR came back in a big way with Pokemon Go.
Yes.
And that game keeps going on with support and stuff. There are people full-time employed on making that game better season after season.
I'm just getting the images of that one conference or whatever they had, that live event that went terribly.
Yeah, aren't you glad you didn't go to that, right?
Oh, yeah.
No, it would have been fun.
It probably, parts of it would have been fun.
So yes, AR does have a way to go, but is a big moneymaker for them. And I think Pokemon was the killer app that we've been waiting for to prove that the concept is there, the audience is there, so the technology just needs to catch up a little bit. And you pointed out that Switch didn't come with a camera on it. That would need to be added in a successor.
All we need is a Switch with a camera so we can have a sequel to Pokemon Snap that's AR.
I mean,
oh yeah.
Theoretically, a Joy-Con could come out with a camera or a little slide-on add-on. I mean, you could slide something and then attach a Joy-Con to that. Kind of like you could on Wii with you plug in the Motion Plus, but you can still plug something into the Motion Plus.
So you're telling me they can make a Switch accordion peripheral so I could have Accordion Hero and just like move my Joy-Con back and forth?
Yes. Yes, please. Yeah. Well, it's kind of like what they did with the DS and the Guitar Hero.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Ryan, that game would have to feature Cass, no question about it.
Yes.
Oh yeah, there we go. Yes. This is going places.
Let's discuss not only the technology of the future, but where is the future of gaming going to take us genre-wise?
This is a really difficult one because, like, the biggest genre shift that I've seen, at least in my life, was in 2000 or 2001 when the Xbox came out and Halo came out. First-person shooters just exploded. I mean, we had them before that. I mean, we had the old cheesy 90s games, Duke Nukem 3D, Doom, stuff like that. We had GoldenEye, of course. But then, as soon as the Xbox dropped with Halo, the first-person shooter has not looked back. It's been huge. Strategy games recently have gotten huge. Are we going to see Nintendo pushing something to make something happen here? What do you think?
I think that I don't know what Nintendo is going to do because they don't normally introduce us to new genres. Unless
they're really gimmicky.
Yeah, unless the long-armed fighter is now a genre on its own, and arms-like. But
oh my gosh, this is the worst genre name of all time.
But I have been observing that genres really come and go kind of naturally. We were just talking about the music peripherals and stuff, and that was such a big moneymaker, and it just crashed. The bubble popped. And I was listening to Game Scoop from IGN this week, and that was a great episode. They talked about there was a company that actually announced that they were stopping making games in their genre, and it was the people who made Geometry Wars. They've made a lot of twin stick shooters over the years and stuff, but they just said this genre is not supportable anymore. People want our games free on PlayStation Plus. They don't want to pay for twin stick shooters and stuff. So they wrote this big letter about how that genre is over with. So, and then also the main genre right now is multiplayer games with loot crates, where you can purchase random boxes to hopefully get the costume that you want to show off to people. So it's like
in-home slot machines.
Yeah, exactly. And hopefully it's aesthetic. Hopefully you're spending that money if you want to because you like the game, you want to support it, and you want your character to look a little bit cooler. But it is sure getting sketchy with some games. offering more powerful weapons in loot boxes, and then guess what the developers do? They will match you up with players that spent money on more powerful weapons to make you feel underpowered and to make you lose,
of course,
and to make you want to do purchases.
Well, they haven't done that yet, but Activision just put out like a patent or something for a whole process that does do that.
They have it patented, and they said that they're not using it, but personally, I don't know if I could believe that. I mean, they came up with the idea, they patented it, and they have games in that genre, so...
And it's not going to be on Switch, but they said I saw with the new Call of Duty game, they have the loot crates, but you actually can open them in a public space where other people can see what you're opening. So if you get something great, that encourages them more to go out and spend money on crates and stuff too. So
yeah, exactly. So I hope that the future doesn't hold Nintendo going in that direction. And I mean, they're making outstanding single-player experiences this year with Breath of the Wild and Odyssey and Splatoon 2, which has no in-app purchases. And they might attract consumers that way. They might be the safe haven from the nasty, evil world of nickel and diming. And maybe there will be an exodus to Nintendo consoles for that reason.
I sure hope so. I mean, it would be kind of a shame for other companies to go that way, but like, to me, I really love Nintendo for doing the good one-player experiences, or even the couch multiplayer, but especially the one-player experiences, because most of the games that I play are those one-player experiences. Most of the games that I play, I want to buy once, even if it's used, and play it to death. That's the way I play games.
Yep.
So even these free-to-play games I find annoying, or free-to-start games, as they're called now, because they are going to nickel and dime you to get the most coin out of you that they can. And
would you like some Leaf tickets, Simeon?
Leaf tickets?
Yeah, it's the new Animal Crossing mobile thing.
Oh, I haven't watched the direct yet. I'm really not interested in it.
Didn't I link it to you? And I was like,
I think so.
Hold on to your pants.
Yeah, and
I
just completely ignored it. But I know that's another popular genre. Somebody
Simeon,
mentioned,
says Yellow Kazoo.
Somebody else has mentioned farm simulators. I mean, even if you look, I know they're talking like Stardew Valley, Harvest Moon. I mean,
farming simulator.
You can look at stuff kind of like that in Minecraft. That's a similar feel. I know it's different, but I see that genre becoming more and more popular over time as well. So
yeah.
I would say, like just laid back games in general is like their own genre.
Yep. Like that one game that's on the other consoles where you just like swim around. Nintendo did that like at the beginning of the Wii days, but now it's cool apparently because the other consoles are doing it.
Echo the Dolphin?
No, you're like a diver and you're just like swimming around looking at fish.
I will say I'm glad that the Toys to Life genre is dying, but I'm also glad that Amiibo are sticking around, even though they have the least functionality out of any of the Toys to Life things.
Yeah.
At any time, Nintendo could just drop an Amiibo game bomb on us, where it's like Super Smash board game where you have to use Amiibo or something. Like the Amiibo killer app could still be in development.
Yeah.
Well, they've had a few like free ones, like they had the Mario and Friends minis that's compatible with Amiibo.
And Amiibo Tap.
Right.
But I'm saying like the one that makes us go, wow.
Crazy for it.
Yeah.
Because I definitely haven't seen that.
Smash Bros, but every Amiibo unlocks an exclusive, like, super awesome skin for your character.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Alright, guys. Now you know what you need to save up for.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
You're welcome. Quick shout out to Yellow Kazoo, who didn't want to see Super Mario Odyssey spoilers in our stream, but she came back.
Yes, welcome back.
And she's one of our new viewers, so thanks for being active in the chat. She says Nintendo's a hipster. What a great note to end on.
Yes, yes it is, and we appreciate it for that.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of the crew.
Don't forget to like this video if you're watching it back on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
See you in the next segment.
Signing out.